Welcome back to Movie Plot Recapped. The film starts in such an area of Los Angeles, where the people are running to and for while saving their lives. And everything had been ruined. After this, it is shown that a giant spider has attacked there. And the same spider is devastating this city. And many helicopters have also approached there to end it. Afterwards, the scene of the movie shifts to the flashback. From where the story starts before this incident. A character Alex is shown there who is exterminator. And he had come to a lady's house in order to trap a rat. When Alex catches the rat from that lady's house, then that lady gifts him a cake in return. Then that lady glimpses a small spider on Alex. She tells Alex about it. He recognizes it while seeing that it is poisonous spider. That lady tries to end this spider with her slipper. But she cannot end it. So that spider bites Alex. After it, Alex visits a hospital to treat himself. Then a doctor is seen at the same hospital who is in his lab. A dead body had been kept in a bag in the same lab. Suddenly, movement starts in that bag. Seeing it, that doctor is worried. In spite of it, he advances to examine it after restoring his courage. Room's lights are switched off all of a sudden. Meanwhile, a big-sized spider also bites that doctor. Due to this, that doctor activates the fire alarm of the hospital. Hearing its sound, all members of the hospital get worried. At the same time, the same doctor comes to the owner of the hospital. And he tells him that a big-sized insect has bitten me. And its feet were exactly looking like a spider. No one believes his words. Alex was also hearing his conversation. He tells them that doctor is speaking truth at all. Because some of the spiders are really big-sized. Then Alex says to the owner of the hospital that, I can help you to find out that spider if you clear my bill. Then hospital's owner agrees with him. Then Alex moves to the funeral house of the hospital, taking some tools. A security guard of this hospital also accompanies Alex to help him. After this, it is shown that military is searching for something in the whole city. Then it is seen that Major and Lieutenant Carly comes to that hospital with their force. When Alex moves inside to catch the spider, then he notices that spider has fed the whole dead body. Then he knows after checking the surroundings that ventilator is open. Then Alex understands that spider will have gone outside through this path. He moves to the ventilator after talking some important equipment for his safety. On the other side, Major says to the owner of the hospital, such a patient has arrived here mistakenly, a malignant disease is spreading rapidly after touching him. Contrarily, a patient of this hospital is shown. That spider comes there through the path of the ventilator. And it kills that patient badly. On the other side, when Alex moves inside the ventilator, then he notices a big cobweb of the spider at a place. Alex had never ever noticed such a cobweb of spider. As he moves his hand towards that cobweb, then his hand is caught in it. Alex releases his hand from that cobweb and somehow. Now Alex understands one fact here that spider is very dangerous, which is eating the people after victimizing the people. When Major and his force observe the dead patient victimized by the spider, then a professor there tells them that he has been killed by the same insect. Here it is revealed that Major had arrived here to search for that spider. The professor instantly says to the Major, we will have to kill it after searching soon. Because its size will continue to increase 4 times after 24 hours. Alex moves to the cellar while searching for the spider. Where he glimpses that spider but it runs away after a time. Then Alex begins to find out that spider again. At the same time, that spider comes to attack from his backside. But Major's partner named Carly begins to fire her gun at spider, coming there. But that spider escapes from there, passing through the sewerage pipe. After this, Carly brings Alex to the Major. Where Major begins to ask Alex about that spider. Alex says on it, that spider is bigger in size. It is dangerous along with craftiness. It is also strong. Then their professor tells Major that spider has reached its second stage. And it will reach its third stage after 24 hours. Then Alex is confused, noticing all. And he asks that, what is happening here? But Major does not tell him anything. And he asks him to leave from there. Alex decides on it that he will surely get knowledge about this spider. Now security guard also accompanies him for his help. Then a video of 6 inches big sized spider is gone viral on the social media. Witnessing it, professor says that spider has reached its third stage. Then Major receives a call and someone is telling him about the present place of that spider. Then Major dispatches his force to search for that spider there. Where they observe the big cobwebs of the spider. But they don't catch the sight of that spider. Then they come to know that spider is moving to a public park. Later, a park is shown where many people have arrived to enjoy. But the spider kills a man, reaching there. After this, it eats him. Then that spider is going to kill a young girl. But that girl takes a side from there. And that spider begins to attack the arrived people in the park. It catches some of them while it kills some of them. Then they all start to run from there in order to rescue themselves. Afterwards, that spider goes after Kid to kill him. Then Alex reaches there, and he attracts the attention of the spider towards him to rescue the people. It means that he makes it come after his car. Now the spider comes after his car. Then Alex begins to drive his car from there speedily. Security guard was firing his gun at the spider with it. But the spider was not being harmed by the gunshot. Then Alex receives a call of Lieutenant Carly, who tells him that half-military force has been arranged there to kill the spider. Run away from there. Then Alex reaches there after some times, where the military force was active to kill the spider. After this, Alex and security guard hide themselves at a place, getting off the car. Military force starts the discriminate firing on the spider here, as it had been told that spider was very crafty. It throws Alex's car on them in order to save its life. Then he goes to their backside forest while having a big jump. Then Carly begins to move there to victimize that spider there. Then Alex also requests her to go with her. But Carly directly forbids him to take him with her. Now Carly and her force begin to search for that spider. And Major was keeping an eye on them through the help of the cameras. After a time, that spider begins to kill Carly's military men one by one. They are also firing the gun at it to kill it. But the gunshots were not harming it. Meanwhile, Carly's one of the hands is caught in the cobweb of the spider. She is unable to release her hand from that web in spite of her struggle. Then Alex releases Carly from that web, cutting cobweb with a knife. But that spider had witnessed them. And it proceeds to kill them. Then security guard begins to fire his gun at that spider, reaching there. Due to this, they get a chance to flee. 3 of them are escaping from there. But the spider catches Carly in its trap. And it takes her with it. But Alex remains unsuccessful to help her. After this, he goes to the Major and asks help from him to rescue Carly. But Major was still thinking that spider will have killed her till this time. Now Professor says that spider is going to reach its 5th stage. Hearing it, Alex comes in rage and he asks, "What is the 5th stag? How did that spider become bigger and threatening?" Then Professor tells him that we had arranged a dead body for an experiment. Spider spun its web on it. Then we tested alien DNA on it to check the growth hormone. But our experiment flopped. As a result, that spider is increasing in its size. And its purpose to reach at its 5th stage is this, that it will generate a spider of its size. So it will have to stop and kill soon. After this, it is broadcast on news that spider has directed towards the urban area, where it is causing the destruction, reaching there. And it is killing the people. Later, that spider climbs up a big building. And it is the same site which had been seen at the start of the movie. Now Major plans to target the spider with the airstrike. Consequently, that building will also be ruined along with it. But Alex stops him of doing so, because there was the threat of losing many people's lives. But Major gets him out, overlooking him. Then Major's force comes to know that spider has laid many eggs in that building, which will be hatched. And this big-sized spider has caught many people to feed its babies. Where Major's Carly is also among them, who is still alive. After it, Major tells the whole fact to Alex. And he says to him, "You have only 25 minutes to rescue Carly." Then Alex leaves that place to rescue Carly. Where Professor tells Major that all baby spiders will be hatched after a time, as you must start airstrikes without wasting the time. But Major declines to carry it out, because he wanted to keep his partner Carly and other people. So he does not consent to the Professor for this. After a time, Alex and that security guard move inside the building. When Alex and the security guard reach the top floor of the building, then they witness countless eggs of the spider. The giant spider had caught many people here to feed its expectant babies. Now Alex and that security guard begins to release everyone. Alex also makes Carly free, but the baby spiders begin to be hatched. And they attack those people. Somehow, Alex brings all out of that place. Afterwards, Major starts to invade the spider with airstrike. Consequently, that spider falls down from the building. All people are satisfied with it, because they were thinking that spider is no more now. Major gratifies Alex to save the lives of other people and Carly. Then the spider again stands up. Seeing it, Alex asks guard to bring the rocket launcher from military vehicle, and he himself moves near the spider. At the same time, that security guard brings that rocket launcher. Alex blasts the spider's back part of body with the rocket launcher. Due to this, the spider is shattered. At last, threatening spider meets its end. All people get excited on this. After some times, Major calls Alex. He informs him that a new trouble has aroused. A giant cockroach is witnessed through the CCTV cameras, which was climbing up the building exactly like the spider. And the movie completes on this scene. Thanks for watching.